morning, sunshines! Oh my gosh, do you know what I just realized? Well, first of all, welcome to my office. No problem. I can see when you guys are in the waiting room. Like, there's a waiting room for live videos. Didn't even know it! Learning so much. Good morning, sunshine. I am in just like the shit show of an office today. Just hanging out downstairs in my husband's office because this is where it's the most quiet and it fits our subject today, so it's perfect. As you jump on, say good morning, sunshine, hashtag GMS. Whether this is a rewatch or a live watch, then comment on that. And then we start off by sharing something we're grateful for every single day. This is a common practice that I'm encouraging you to do no matter what before we start talking about mom guilt. So if you have it, if you wish you didn't have it, if you wonder what that is, then stay tuned for a couple minutes here. Guys, gratitude. Good morning, sunshine, gratitude, right? It's Monday morning. A lot of times on Mondays, this is when people seem to need the most gratitude. Good morning, sunshine. Eric, how are you? And today I am extremely grateful for, this is going to sound funky to some of you guys, but the color like sirloin or turquoise, the color of the ocean. Like, it just makes me freaking happy. And I can't imagine a world without colors. And I can't imagine a world without blues and greens because they are my favorite. So that might sound weird, but like I am honestly, it makes me happy, right? I'm so thankful for that. I'm doing so good. How are you doing, my friend? Share what you're grateful for. And then we touched base on one of our savers: silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, scribing. Today is all about your silence. Are you getting quiet? Are you finding silent time? What are you doing for your meditation? Do you have a suggestion for a meditation app, meditation class, yoga class, anything that would help others, because they like to read through each other's comments. Okay, so for me, getting quiet is on a regular part of my day. In the morning especially, and before I go to bed at night, I make designated time to just be able to lay and review and reflect, providing life goes right in terms of my small humans. So let's get into our topic of conversation today, called mom guilt. Okay, there's dad guilt too. I'm sure you guys can say, like, if you have mom guilt or dad guilt. I just usually hear the term mom guilt, and I'm a mom, so I'm going to talk about my experience, right? And first of all, I'd love to know you guys to just comment. Do you experience it? Is this something that you've been faced with or still are faced with, right? And I'll tell you guys, from all of the women that I coach, I'm going to say, 99.999% of moms experience this. And here's my like last weekend, right? So you guys have been watching, you know this, right? Like, I have a 1-year-old, my little Witty. He's adorable. He's so much fun. He's still learning how to walk. Like, but it's a crazy time still with him. He's teething. He's fussy sometimes. He's fun other times. There you go, right? Then I have Quincy, who's 2, almost 3, who's hilarious, but also wants to be into anything and playing with everything, including his mom or his like grandpa. They're his like best friends, or Jace, right? My best friends, right? I always want to be playing. And then I've got my 15-year-old son who's, he's playing soccer. He's going out to Florida to play in tournaments. He's, staying on top of his schoolwork. And then I've got my daughter who's 17, who's getting ready for college and is like in that, oh my gosh, what's happening? Where do I go to school? All the different stuff, like help me apply. Okay, so for me, the mom guilt is like spread like far. And I'd love to come on here and like be like, this is the solution for mom guilt. Just don't have it. We are going to get to some of that, but I'm still not a professional at this, obviously, because I'm having this conversation, right? Over this last weekend, Kinsey has been asking me to go to she's been asking me to go to one of her high school football games forever. And I'm like, Mama, all right, baby girl, I can't, because I have 2 babies that go to bed at 6:30 and 7. So I can't leave and go to a football game because I'm at home, my husband works, and that's just the way that it is, right? So no is consistently my answer. And finally, they had a day game this last weekend, and she's like, Mom, please come. I'm like, okay, let me try to see if I can figure it out. So this is how my mom guilt works, right? I feel guilty for not being able to do enough with my baby girl, right? Last year at home, senior in high school. I want to spend as much time with her as possible. And she still wants me to spend time with her, right? She wants me to go do all these different things with her. She wants me to be around. She wants me to be around all of her friends, like all that different stuff. And I feel guilty when I can't do that enough. Right? I feel guilty when my son's out in Florida and I'm not out there watching him play. Like, there's other parents that went out there to watch and I'm not there because I'm here with my littles. I feel guilty when I'm not playing with my 2-year-old or holding my 1-year-old who just wants to be like loved and hugged all the time. Then I feel guilty. I feel guilty when I ask anybody else to watch my kids. Is anybody else like this? I feel guilty when I ask my mom to watch my kids, and I know that she says yes, and I know that she loves them, but I still feel guilty. I feel guilty when I ask my husband to stay home to watch the kids because I know he's got a lot going on and he works super hard. Like, no matter what, it's like guilt on guilt on guilt on guilt for all of the things, right? But I also coach, and I also know how important it is to take care of ourselves. I know how important it is to put ourselves on the priority list, and how if we're not taking care of ourselves, we're not going to be set up to take care of the others in our lives. And if we're not filling our cup, we're not going to be filling theirs, right? So recognizing that, I think the first thing is that I just own that. Right. And not, once again, I am not good at this. So I don't even know. Like, she's like, okay, why are we even like, just like, Cal, you're not even good at this. Right. Allison says, yes, absolutely. Right. And Allison, I'm curious, what do you do about yours? Like, how do you help cope with that and get through it? Because we have to, right? As moms, it's super important for us to make ourselves feel good, to show up our best for everybody else. So here's me in this the previous weekend, right? I'm trying to make all of these different things work. But I mean, even going, this is what I do. I'll tell you what I do. I over justify. Like, I feel like that I need to gather everyone together. And I'd be like, okay, everyone, this is why mom needs a mom day. Like, I need to do this and this. I need to spend some time with Kinsey. This is her last 6 months here. I want to be doing some things for her. I can't bring the babies because of this, and this. And like, I feel like I have to like go through and have this full justification of why. Anybody else like that? That's what I feel like. So even as I went out this last Saturday, and I went to my daughter's football game, and then I went to her friend's cheer competition, and I spent time with her and went to dinner with her, and saw a bunch of old friends that I haven't seen in a long time, which was awesome. So it was about me. Wasn't just about my daughter, right? It was about me filling up and having a break from the littles, whom I love so much, right? But it was the whole time I felt like I needed to justify why I was there, justify why I was taking a break. And that's not right, is it? Because moms, we do so much for everyone all of the time. And then we have such a difficult time asking for help, or asking for a day off, or asking for a few hours, right? Or this is what we want. Like, what do you truly want? Like, do you truly want like a weekend away, or a full day for just you? And even if that just means like Netflix binge watching, right? Or going Christmas shopping on your own, or sitting in a park and reading, just getting quiet for a few minutes, just being able to be an adult, just being able to be you for just a little bit. But then, like, for a lot of us, right, we see like, okay, I want all of that. But then I'm like, no, you know what, why don't I just take, like, I'll just take half a day and I'll just do this. And then pretty soon it's like, no, it's okay. Like, I'll just get a pedicure. Like, and you're like, oh, pedicures take so long. I won't get the deluxe. I'll just get a quick one. Never mind. I'll just bring the babies. So then you just watch my olders, or something like that. Right? It's like we're able to backtrack our way out of enjoying or just having that personal time because we think there's something wrong with it. I want to express today, number one, there's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. And I think we need to hear that sometimes, that not only is there nothing wrong with having time for you to fill yourself up, number two, it's needed. It's 100% needed. And you shouldn't feel guilty about taking it. You could feel guilty about not taking it. Like, let's try that on for a second, right? You could actually feel guilty instead, if you want to have some sort of mom guilt, feel guilty for not stepping into your own best self, for not having the rest and rejuvenation that you need, for not filling your own cup up, for not learning how to express and become your greatest selves, because you're always just diving in and giving to everyone else. And then everybody around you gets to experience this watered down version of mom, this worn out, tired, grumpy version of mom who never does anything for her, but instead is doing everything for everyone else. And they don't even know what it would be like to have you at your greatest self. They don't even know, because they've never gotten that. Because you never take time to really reflect on who you want to become. And this is the whole gamut of it, you guys. It's not just like refilling and refueling for like energy and just that like happiness, but it's also like, who are you and who are you stepping into, and are you taking the time to really follow your dreams and make your dreams come true? Also, I want to remind everybody, including myself, by the way, this talk is for myself. Like I'm looking at myself and I'm lecturing myself right now. Including your children, they're watching how you take care of yourselves and how you treat yourselves. And they're going to model your behavior most likely when they grow up. So if you never take time for you, you're creating small humans that are never going to take time for them. Right? If you find that you're miserable in your job, they're going to believe that it's acceptable to be miserable in their jobs. If you're grumpy and short-tempered and you just have a lack of life luster, they're going to assume that that's what it's all about, and that's just the way it is. This is just the way it is. I'm the mom, so I just give, get drained. Everybody like sucks all the energy out of me, and then you just lay there exhausted at night, ready to do it the next day, right? So you could feel guilty for not filling your own cup, for not taking the time. And I have to play these like almost like mind games with myself so that I can allow myself to go and have that time, right? Finally, you guys, I don't feel guilty for taking Tuesday and Thursday mornings to work until noon. Like before I used to feel guilty, but now I know, and it's a lot because of the way my husband and I communicate. Like he welcomes that, he's fine with it, he's happy to do it, so then I don't feel bad or guilty, right? But it's like the second I hear like a little bit of a comment, like, oh, well, what do you need this time for? Then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, you're right. Like why should I be doing anything for myself? And listening to, and maybe they didn't even mean to express that, right? But like listening and taking on that energy. So, encouragement for today, right? I encourage you guys. Are you leaving?
Can you transfer me gas cash?
Yes, just message me. I love you so much. Drive safe. So I encourage you guys, okay? Number one, I love you so much, baby girl. Drive safe. To remember that you can only show up for others as well as you show up for you. That if you're feeling guilty, like me, every time, anytime you decide to take any time for yourself and you feel like you have to justify it, man, I don't know. What do we do, guys? Like, I feel like I just take myself to the mirror and I tell myself, girl, you need this. You own this. This makes you a better mom. This makes you a better wife. This makes you a better daughter. This makes you a happier person. This fills you up. It gives you time just to release, to just be. Like, you need this time. Stop justifying it and just take it. Right? Now, there could be some communication with the people in your world to let them know. So this might not be justification as much as communication of, here's what I need. Here's what would make me feel like I have worthiness of taking the time. I would love to have 1 week a month, or one week a month. Yeah! Like, right? I'd love to have 1 day a month, or I'd love to have, a couple hours a week, or whatever it is for you. And if you can communicate with the people in your world about that, then they could do the same thing. Oh, this is what I need to feel fulfilled, right? This is what I need. And remember, finally, guys, with this doesn't mean that you love the people in your life any less. That's the opposite of the truth. Right? I was so excited after taking my full day, and I didn't get to sleep next to Quincy that night because he stayed at grandma's house, right? So I came home and the next day I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to spend all day with my babies. I was so excited yesterday. I didn't do any work. I didn't have anything on. We just played all day. We played Legos. We built the gingerbread house. We watched movies. We made popcorn. All of those things because I was fulfilled. I was rejuvenated from that. So as you're doing this, remember that you can step into your greatest self because of that. And mom guilt, even though I know it's a thing, I'm hoping that you can take a little bit more, just like me, right? I'm hoping that I can do the same thing. Take a little bit more ownership of your worthiness and your value, and have some communication with those in your lives and tell them what they need. Tell them what you need, find out what they need. And that way there's going to be you just know this is a part of our system. I know that I go out on Thursday afternoon with the girls, and that you do poker on Friday, or that we have a day off where I don't do any baby stuff for 1 day, or I just take my bigs, whatever that is, okay? So if you have any other ideas of how mom guilt has worked for you, please share below in the comments. You guys, Callie Carol, thank you so much for being here. Look at my new happy nails. Christmas happy nails! Igniting smiles. I know they're wonderful. I mean, I think they're pretty wonderful. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe, turn on your little notification bell, comment, Joni Miss Jody. Thank you for commenting there. I'm going to go back in and look. I love you guys all. Share about your mom guilt experiences. Help those around you. And go make sure you feel worthy today. Love you guys. Bye.